Welcome to yet another episode of the AfroTrade podcast. I am your host, Calvin, coming to you from the sidelines of MMC 7. Yes, we've been here. This is day 2 and speaking to so many great speakers, individuals. We're learning so much, and I hope you who's watching, who's learning, you're also, this is one of those ones where you got to have your notebook. There's a lot of gems that are being dropped on here, right? So you need to make sure that you're doing that. And in line with this year's theme, it's all about building bridges for equitable trade. And the one thing that we've had when it comes to equitable trade, a lot of people have spoken about fairness when it comes to, trade. We've spoken about policy. We've spoken about finance, right? And we've spoken about money. With all of those things, you definitely need a partner. And the partner that we have for MMC from the jump has been Providus Bank, yes, and I am joined by a lady who's very important. She holds a very important position at Providus Bank. She's got a very heavy title. I actually even have to open my phone to, to mention what she does. She's the regional director at Providus Bank. Regional director, this is where the part where you need to do that, those drops. Make sure you add them in the edit. Idahota. I told you I pronounced it correct. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm excellent.
Yes?
Yes,
I like that. I like the fact that, before we even switched on the mics, we were talking about so many different things in terms of finance, in terms of why we're here and all of that. So were you able to attend yesterday?
Yes, I was. I was here yesterday, and it was an eye opener. It was a very beautiful. I was in for the talk show that they had, talking about equitable trade and how investments and banks and people are just pitching in to try to make everything.
If you're still watching at this point, the conversation is for you. So why haven't you subscribed yet? Click the subscribe button. Don't just watch the video. Now back to the video.
Have a free flow, yes.
I like that. Tell me, before we even get into speaking about finance and accounting, I've always wanted to ask that question. We'll get into that. But to you, what does equitable trade look like? When you hear equitable trade, what does it translate to?
So when you say equitable trade, what comes to my mind as an individual is equity,
yes,
fairness, justice for trade.
Yes.
And what comes to my mind is the African space. Opportunities given to people. Everyone should have equal opportunity to be able to trade. Everyone should have equal opportunity to be able to move their businesses to the next level. Everyone should have equal opportunity to be able to bring in new ideas,
yes,
foster new growth some way. That's what comes to my mind.
Yes.
When it's about equitable trade.
I like that. And from a lot of speakers we've had about, fairness, everybody's mentioned it. And, when we talk about fairness and all of those, what would you say are some of the barriers? Because, as Providus Bank, with you as a regional director, you're talking to so many different entrepreneurs, you're talking to big organizations, corporations, you're talking to government, SMEs, all of these different institutions and individuals. What would you say are some of the barriers that are hindering us as a continent and even just Nigeria from achieving equitable trade?
I don't know if I want to go into all
No,
a lot of barriers,
yes.
but infrastructure.
Okay.
Just having the right platform for people to be able to engage.
Yes.
For people to be able to come forward and say, this is what I have. Let me start with a business, for example.
Okay.
This is the business that I have. It's in my head. But how do I bring it to life? Most times you see people, they don't know what to do. Especially in Africa, you see that we have great minds.
Yes.
Africa is such a rich continent.
100%.
And I don't even want to go into the kind of resources that we have. Let's leave that. Then the individuals, the kind of people, we have great minds. But you see, everything is just stuck up here. No support, no infrastructure to actually help to bring that out. But I can say this, now there's a paradigm shift now. you can see that organizations are gradually looking for ways to begin to foster what we have on the inside. People are now beginning to be bold. They're beginning to speak up. And you can look at what's happening in the fintech space, for example.
Yes.
People are thinking of ways. Look at what happened during COVID. Everybody was stuck inside. But people came up with, okay, what do we do after this? Now you don't even need to go to a restaurant. With your phone, you can just
You're good.
place your orders and all of that. So people are thinking outside the box now. So in as much as we have those challenges, for me, I don't like to focus on the challenges. I always like to look for the solution. Yes, we have these challenges. It's been here since the days of our forefathers, our parents. It's been here. But now gradually there's a shift. We're moving away from the challenges and we're now providing solutions to things that have been in the past.
I like that.
So-
you put it very well, and I like how I can definitely hear and I see the passion. You're like, I'm not going to list all of them, but now I wanna before we digress and get into matters Providus Bank, right? I feel ashamed to ask this. I have an uncle who's a CFO, right? He works in finance and he's a regional head.
Okay, that's what I am actually,
Yes.
not director. I know you kept on saying director.
Yes. Oh, the notes. You guys, on the notes, you wrote. That's
But it's
not me.
okay, it's fine. It's
I
good.
get you.
Yeah.
So they go to different countries and all of those, but I've always just made fun of him because I'm a creative. I did journalism, and by virtue of what I do, I'm a creative, right? I understand the importance of what he does. He understands the importance of what I do. But I feel ashamed to ask you this. What is the difference between accounting and finance? Why I'm saying I'm ashamed is I've always had someone I could ask, but I've never asked them, right? Yeah, so what's the difference? Because why I'm asking that is because I see people who go and do their accounting, CPA, 1, 2, 3,
CFA and all of that.
all the way until their CPAK. Is that the same?
yeah.
Yeah, a certified public accountant and all of those accounting bodies, all of those. And then I see people who say, I am in finance. And I'm like, okay, what's the difference?
So I'll just break it down. I'll make it as plain and as simple as possible. So finance is broad, and for accounting is like a leech.
Okay.
Accounting helps you put things in the right perspective. You look at your taxation, you look at your budgeting, it helps you look at the books and make sure that, your books are up to date. Everything is in the right perspective. Finance is broad. Finance puts you in, you could talk about your investments. Finance. I'm working in the bank. Finance. You have your fintech space, that deals on finance. So finance is really broad. Accounting
Wall Street and all of that.
Yes.
Those are fine.
So accounting puts you in the right perspective, just in the layman terms.
I like that. So ladies and gentlemen, to loosely translate it, accounting, boring. Finance, better. But despite whichever, it's all to do with math and it makes a lot of sense. Now, I want to get into Providus Bank, right? You were telling me Providus Bank started as a mortgage bank.
Yes.
Then you guys have now gotten into commercial banking and all of that.
Yeah.
How's that translated to what you guys are currently doing? Because I know we're going to be talking about what you guys are doing with young people and all of that, but that is quite a shift.
I know, right?
Because mortgages and this is very stringent.
It's one way.
Yes.
Now we're diversified.
Yes. Are you guys still doing mortgages?
We do mortgages. We're not big on it, but
Yes.
we do that. It's part of the services that we render. Definitely.
banks do?
Yes, as banks, as other banks. But now we're focused on a lot of other things. So let me put it that way. So I'm very passionate about my brand, Providus Bank,
Yes.
because I came from a conventional, traditional bank, and Providus started just barely 10 years. Barely 10 years. And I can tell you that Providus Bank in this country is on the lips of every young person. So we started in 2015, like I was sharing with you. we're just a mortgage bank. We had one branch in the head office and all of that. And we got our license in 2015.
Yes.
And I can tell you that we've been able to, as a bank, we've been able to leverage on a lot of opportunities. So we started with our interaction with the fintech space. We've been able to, like I shared with you, we're one of the first banks to give them that open door, so to speak, to give them the opportunity to leverage on our API.
Yes.
And we've been able to do that. We formed like an ecosystem. With that, we've been able to reach out to the HNIs, the medium scale, and then, our...
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean?
I get you.
Not so medium, in between.
Yes.
We've been able to reach out to everybody on that trend. So Providus Bank is not just a bank. I would say Providus Bank is a partner.
I like that. Very personal.
Yes, it's a partner. What we do is that we go above and beyond. I can tell you that we're very customer centric. We have put things in place we have something in place 24 hours where you can reach out. You cannot be stranded. And then we have products that reach out to every cadre of the economy.
So you want to tell me, I read some notes, I like to prepare.
Okay.
I heard that your response time as Providence Bank is quite highly spoken about. So that's not a PR kind of thing. Like if we was to say, let's call Providence Bank right now.
Yeah.
Someone's going to pick in.
Oh, of course.
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
24 hours.
So we have what we call the business concierge.
Yes.
They work 24 hours. They help resolution. They help you with your accounts.
Yes.
So when you call them, maybe something happened to your card, for example. Maybe your card was stolen, or say you tried to do a transfer and just something happened along the way, or somebody snatched your bag and you want to block your card. It's done immediately.
Instant. Yes.
Or you're confused about a transaction that you had done earlier and you want clarity, you have somebody to speak to you. So the business concierge is a 24 hours a day.
Yes.
7 days a week, you call, we're there to answer your call, to resolve your challenges on everything.
I love it. I hear that, I'm speaking on things that I've heard about.
Okay.
I hear that no other bank looks as good as your bank does. I've heard about lounges in banks. And I'm like, whoa, okay, lounges in banks. I've also heard about like meeting rooms for clients. They can be able to, if you had if you had to take a meeting or a call, you can do that. So you guys are really trying to target this new working class, people who are working remotely, people who don't have, a boxed office that they need to be in. So you guys have really, what do you call it? Democratized banking, so to say.
Okay, so the Gen Zs that we have now, they don't want to be in a box. Nobody wants to be put in a box. Yes. On the go, you do everything on your phone. Yes, let me talk about our lounges.
Yes.
Our lounges are very beautiful. They are and if you want us to serve you tea, we can also serve you tea, coffee.
Like that.
We have that available while you have your meetings.
Yeah.
And it has, that has really transcended the traditional banking, what you will see ordinarily. So that is one of the ways we've been able to attract every kind of customer into our space. And if you go to our branches, they're clean, they're neat, and customers are attended to just by sitting down. Somebody will always walk up to you to say, how may I help you?
Yes.
And you can say, okay, I have a transaction I want to do. We can lead you to the lounge. So we have the HNI lounge that is available that you can use.
But let me ask you, is this something that is in the ethos of the bank to do, or is this something that you've looked at the market? Because I believe, for a bank to decide, okay, we're going to have lounges, we're targeting the Gen Zs, you've done this based upon research, right? Is this something that is, the founders of the bank understand? Because at times brands do something because they're like, we don't want to get overtaken by time. The Gen Zs want this. Would you say this is you speaking for the brand, but as a person who relates with the brand, would you say that this is something that is really at the ethos of the bank?
It is the ethos, but I won't leave it to just the Gen Zs. So because Providus is customer centric, They are very big on resolving any kind of issue that a customer has.
Yes.
Reaching out, making sure that the customer is comfortable, customer-centric. Because Providus is customer-centric, it has bettered a lot of products, a lot of initiatives. So having this HNI lounge is for comfort. They want you to come into our space to feel comfortable, and I dare say to feel loved.
Yes.
To feel home away from home. You know, there's a lot of hustle and bustle in Lagos. You know, you go out, but when you come into the banking space, we don't want a situation where you come into our space and you're still feeling tense, you're still feeling like, you know, you come into our space, we want you to feel relaxed.
Yes.
Because our doors are open to everybody. So I'm not going to just cap it to the Gen Zs. Our doors are open to everybody. So we want you to come into that space and still feel good. We want you to come into that space and still feel relaxed.
I like that. You just mentioned Lagos. Lagos is a very vibrant city.
Yes,
a lot of youth.
Yes.
It's to say, just like how across the continent, man, Africa is a very young continent. I was talking to a friend of mine we were talking about the median age on the continent right now. I think is maybe about 16 or something, right? And this number is going to keep growing. And I keep saying, if you're on the continent and your business doesn't have a strategy for youth, you're setting up yourself for failure. But I feel like on the podcast, we've spoken about youth quite a bit.
Yes.
And youth gets spoken a bit, a lot, which is a very vital conversation. But I want to focus on women. There's a lot of banks that have different products for women. I'm coming from the perspective of, of Kenya, right? We have so many different, we call them charmers. They're like merry-go-rounds. Women are, encouraged, like these are women who sell vegetables. They're doing it all together and they all come together and deposit and they're getting loans from each other, from the circle that they're a part of. But I want to hear about Providus Bank and what you guys are doing for women banking.
Okay.
Yes.
This is something I'm also passionate about. There's a product we have for women. It's called Regal by Providus.
Regal?
Regal.
Okay.
By Providus. Regal. Is a product created by women for women. Yes.
So kind of like what I was saying,
so let me tell you what that product is about. It's I don't call it a product. I call it a financial experience.
Yeah.
Because from start to finish. So let me first of all, what we do is with Regal for Providus, we have, if you are a professional woman,
okay,
we got you. If you are a homemaker, we got you. If you are into education, if you are a bank, whatever you do, it doesn't limit you to whoever you are, as long as you're a woman. When you come into Providus Bank, we give you access. So there's an account that gives you access to health loans. It gives you access to education. As a woman, it gives you access to education loans, uncollateralized loans.
Yes, that is very important. Say that again.
Uncollateralized loans.
Yes.
At 2.5% monthly. Yes. Subsidized for women.
Yes.
That's not all we do.
2.5 is great percentage.
Yes. Then we help women, SMEs. We have pop-ups, trade expos,
Okay.
things like this. We do that. So when we have those SME engagement, from start to finish, we have trainings for them. We take them through our expectations. We help them, tell them, and then we give them resources and tools. Okay, we tell you, you are a trader, right? This is what you need that will help you. We have POSs. We give it to you free of charge at no cost. Yes, to support at no cost. And then we open an account for you. And that account is at no cost. 0 account maintenance fee.
Every month. So
you're not paying.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Yes.
That's another thing that we do. And we also have the Regal card that helps you as a woman to shop. So say you want to, go to the fashion space, or maybe you want to facials or just some form of spa, you could get discounts on some specific trades from specific traders at 30, as much as 30% discount when you use your
So good.
yes, when you use your Providus
So that's
card.
like Black Friday all year round.
All year round, you know. And we've actually had there was something we did in collaboration with She Thrives recently. We've collaborated with a lot of SMEs. We did one with Mental Karma, so the list goes on and on. We've been supportive and it is ongoing. So Regal by Providus, a product created by women for women, was something I would say is an experience. It's a beautiful financial experience.
I love the fact that you said something created for women by women. Because at times some companies are so men driven, and they now get to a point that they look at the topography and they're like, we need a product for women, and this is a bunch of men saying, can we give a solution?
Nah.
No, I like what you've done. Now I've got a whole list of things I want to talk about when it comes to Providus Bank. Now, I saw something about your platinum banking. I'm very keen to hear that, right? So Platinum MasterCard, right? PMC. That's what it's called, right? So Platinum MasterCard. Tell me about that, because there's quite a bit of buzz, especially to business owners. So we just spoke about women, but now the Platinum MasterCard card, especially for business owners. What does that entail, and what does that look like? And who's eligible for this?
So for the Platinum MasterCard, it's a debit card.
Yes.
It's was created in partnership with MasterCard, and the beautiful thing about that card is the buzz is actually right. We started doing this when no other bank was doing it. We gave access to 3,000 USD. When you say global acceptance, that is the Platinum MasterCard. Let me say it that way. Let me put it that way. Global acceptance. So anywhere you go to in the world, we have over about 193 countries in the world. If you add the Vatican and then Philistine, we can say 195 countries is sold. Anywhere in the world, you can use your Platinum MasterCard.
MasterCard is they've done a great job.
So
yes,
let me tell you what. Let me give you a scenario. I had a customer that traveled to India. And he had his international card and all of that, but he didn't know his Nigerian Providus MasterCard was in his wallet. He didn't even check because it's so beautiful, embossed, silver, just like you have, And he brought it out. He put it in the ATM. He didn't, because he withdrew he was in India, he withdrew his rupees.
Yes.
And when he took it, he looked at it, he's like, what?
It can do
my Nigerian card.
Yes.
How is that possible? And when he came back, he called me. He's like, what's going on? This card you gave me, I know you told me I can use it, but I didn't believe it. I just put it, I was going to use my international card, but I ended up using my platinum card, and it worked. He's so excited. And I can tell you, because of that, he's been doing the word of God. I'm telling you, he's telling everybody you can pay for that. So it's a card that, you have that access to every currency wherever you travel. And the beautiful thing is that when you do your online transactions and you use it on the POS, we don't charge you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Online transactions and POS.
And POS, no charges.
No charges.
No charges.
I love that.
I'm not done.
Yeah.
There's something else.
Okay.
We have access to lounges.
I need that.
I'm telling you, over 600 international.
Access to lounges.
Yes,
I'm not paying nothing.
No, you're going to pay.
Oh.
Okay, at a discounted fee. So say you're supposed to pay, say,
$52. Yeah.
With us, you will do $32.
So I'm just paying what? $18. $18.
Yes. That's good. So, and then for us, we have lounges in Lagos, we have in Abuja, we have in Asaba. And I can tell you, when you go into those lounges, we serve you sandwich, snack, tea, juice, whatever you want.
Everything.
Free of charge. All you have to do, just show them your platinum, your PMC, and you're good to go. So it's a win-win with the Providus MasterCard. You have your access to $3,000 monthly to withdraw the online transactions, make payments on your platform, any platform. And then there's something I want to add. We have the chip and pin security, one of the best.
Okay.
It's in place.
Chip and pin.
Yes, we have the chip and pin on our
So chip and pin, we're talking about the chip on the card itself.
Yes, and the pin.
And the pin, what you have in.
Yes, like a dual security on our PMC. So it's safe. It avoids unauthorized access.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is like an additional layer of security.
Yes.
Well done. I want to get into fintech because, we're here because we're talking to so many different entrepreneurs, a lot of people doing a lot of amazing stuff, right? And you did say that, we've spoken about big, the where you guys begun. We've spoken about women. We've spoken about how the lounges have attracted a young audience. And then we spoke about accounting and finance, right?
Yes.
And finance is big. But being in Nigeria, I'm from the Silicon Savannah. That's what we like to call ourselves in Kenya. But everybody who's doing finance on the continent has to, and especially to be more particular, fintech really speaks very highly about Nigeria. We've seen so many different, what do you call them, platforms. I was just talking to Mr. Mike. He runs, let me remember it, he runs Pops, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we were just talking to him. I've spoken to so many different individuals. I know about Flutterwave, or transacted with them, spoken to them. And fintech is definitely something that's huge. Why? Because it is a huge driver for equitable trade to be achieved on the continent. Mode of payment. What are you guys doing in the fintech sector?
I would say Providus Bank, at some point they were like, we were one of, like I said earlier, we're one of the first banks to create infrastructure for fintechs.
Yes.
I don't want to call names, I don't want to go into the details, but the truth is that infrastructure included availability of cards, that infrastructure for the fintech, availability of transfers. They were able to do transfers on our platform through our APIs. We created that. So,
I think people need to understand how important APIs are. The fact that you're in fintech and you can get an API,
yes,
and just plug.
Yes, and plug.
Boom, you're good.
So I would say we were the
first.
Yes, we're among the first to start that. And so, but because at some point people were scared, or let me just say, they felt maybe, I hope the fintech is not going to take over all our business. Though we're not scared, because in Providus we believe in collaboration, innovation. Those are one of our mantras. So we did that with the fintech. We provided them with a platform where they can try. And as they are thriving, Providus is thriving too. So it was a great collaboration that we started. We put them on those platforms. They plugged into Providus Bank APIs. We have a host of them that use the Providus Bank. And with that, we've been able to reach out to people at every level.
Yes.
So it's been a beautiful experience for us at Providus. We've been able to provide, like I said, transfers, cards, platforms where the fintech space, they have thrived upon. It's something that's ongoing. We still do it till today. We started with that, and
ongoing.
Nothing is stopping us.
And there's more and more.
There's more and more.
Now, as we conclude, I'm keen to hear, a year from now, when we do MMC 8, what is something that we should be on the lookout, especially now that we're transitioning from the year 2025 into 2026. A year from now, we will be here. And of course, God will help us to be here. What is the one thing we should be on the lookout for in terms of what Providus Bank is, looking to scale, to pivot towards, in terms of everything you guys are doing?
Providus Bank is, I want to say that for us, we're going to be bigger. When people say bigger, well, bigger means reaching out for us. Reaching out to, there's some people we've not still been able to reach out. There are companies we've not been able to reach out to. We want to be able to reach out to those companies. When I say bigger, I mean reaching out to every individual at every level.
Yes.
Creating the opportunity for everyone to thrive through Providus Bank. Creating that avenue where everyone would experience our innovativeness, our calm and beauty when you come into that space. Creating that avenue for everyone to be a part of what we are preaching every day, what we are talking about. And then I want to digress a bit into our presently our total assets is about say 5 trillion. So when we come for 8.0, we're looking at exceeding that.
Yes.
When we come for 8.0, we're looking at having more
Bigger customer base. Yes.
customer base, growing our customer base tremendously. We're looking at yes, we have products that women. We also have products for children. We're also looking at having products to also reach. We have products both for men and women, but just looking at things that we can focus on, reach out to, getting bigger, reaching out to every space. Definitely, you can't be everything to everyone, but just doing the basic. And then also, yes, we're part of equitable trade, but doing it on a greater level.
Yes.
I'm meeting you now, you're from Kenya. We should be able to trade seamlessly. Africa should be able to trade seamlessly. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we're looking at that. Providence will be in that space. Definitely will be in that space where Africa will push. It's not just Nigeria. We're looking at the union of Africa together. Kenya, Nigeria, Mozambique, South Africa, just coming together and doing things together.
I like that. Guys, you can't pay for that. You can't pay for that. Those are what you call gems right here on Afro Trade Podcast. Thank you very much, Idahota, for coming through and spending time. I feel like, I need to change my nationality so that I can get that card because there's so many perks. And of course, make sure you follow them across their socials, and they can come into any brand to experience all of the different services we've spoken about. So there you have it. Great conversations right here at MMC 7.0. We're going to have so many amazing guests who keep coming and giving us so many gems. Remember, the drill is very simple. As you listen to this, make sure you've got your notebook right next to you to write all of those great gems. There you go. Catch you at the next one.